It's time for another 1 minute story review, and today we're going to be looking at Homeland by R.A. Salvatore. This was one of my first introductions to the fantasy genre, and you could probably tell by how loved my copy is. Leave me alone, I've had this thing since I was like 11. Homeland is the first chronologically in the Legend of Drizzt series, and don't at me on pronunciation. It starts at the titular character's birth as he barely avoids death by Drow tradition. You see, Drow society is heavily matriarchal, and the Do'Urden family already has as many sons as they want, except for the fact that one of them dies upon Drizzt's birth. Ultimately, he is allowed to live past infancy, much to his own dismay. The point of this book is us learning about Drow society through his eyes. And being born as a male, it's not great for him, as he starts his first few years tortured until his will can be broken. After that, he's sent to learn how to fight so he can be a foot soldier for his family. And even though he's treated like absolute garbage, there's high expectations for him to still meet. It's a hard life for anyone, but eventually with the help of his father, and spoilers, his father's death, he's able to break free from this society and try and leave through the Underdark. Overall, aside from a few characters who are quite interesting, Homeland is more of a set piece to give you a build-up of the world that the Drow come from. Now, I read it back when I think I was 11 or 12, and I did enjoy it at the time. It was a good lesson for me on free will and how you shouldn't form yourself to how society thinks you should be. There is some discourse on whether or not the prequel trilogy is worth reading, or if you should start with the Crystal Shard, and I do agree that some of the books can get a little bit slow in these three, but this one I do think is worthwhile, and you should check it out if you are going to read the whole series.